Culture media classification based on function. In order to cultivate microorganisms outside their natural environment, we require culture media. Culture media should contain the nutrients that will support the growth and reproduction of microorganisms. In addition to that, the physical parameters like temperature, pH, oxygen requirement, etc., for the growth of microorganism should be also properly maintained in the culture media. In the first video on culture media, we had discussed about the classification of media based on various parameters. Once again, I am briefing the same. Culture media can be classified on the basis of several parameters. On the basis of physical appearance, we can classify the culture media into liquid, solid, and semi solid. On the basis of constituents, we can divide it into simple media, complex media, defined media, and semi defined media. Based on the function which we are going to discuss today, the media can be classified into supportive media and special media. And based on the oxygen requirement, the media is divided into aerobic and anaerobic media. So today's our topic is classification of media based on function. So based on application or function, media can be divided into supportive media, which is otherwise called general purpose media, and special media. Supportive media or general purpose media is the common basal media we make use in laboratories to cultivate most of the common microorganisms. Special media is further classified into enriched media, enrichment media, selective media, differential media, indicator media, sugar media, and transport media based on their purpose. However, sometimes a single media coming under any one of these heads may fulfill more than one function. One example for that is blood agar. Blood agar can act as both enriched and differential media. Another example is eosin methylene blue agar, which can act both as a selective and a differential media. There are many such media. We will discuss about it in the following slides. First, about the supportive media or the general purpose media. This media support the growth of most of the organisms and do not contain any added inhibitors. Basal media used in microbiology lab like peptone water, nutrient agar, and nutrient broth can be considered as supportive media for growing non-fastidious organisms. Non-fastidious organisms means the organisms that do not exact in their nutritional requirements. Media such as tryptic soy broth and tryptic soy agar are also examples of general purpose media as they sustain the growth of many of the common microorganisms. Coming to the special media, we said the special media is further classified into different types. Coming to the first one, that is enriched media. If we add additional nutrients into the basal media or general purpose media, then it becomes the enriched media. So the enriched media contains special ingredients like blood, serum or egg, which is added to the basal media. It is used to cultivate microorganisms that are more exacting in their nutritional needs. The microorganisms that are more exacting in their nutritional needs are called the fastidious organisms. So the fastidious organisms cannot be cultivated on the basal media or the general purpose media. They need some additional nutrients. So in order to cultivate the fastidious organisms, we can make use of enriched media. Examples for enriched media include blood agar, chocolate agar, egg media, and brain heart infusion broth. Blood agar is prepared by adding 5% mammalian blood to the general purpose media. Blood is added after autoclaving the media. It is an enriched media because it contains many nutrients like proteins, carbohydrate, lipid, iron, a number of growth factors and vitamins that can support the growth of many of the fastidious microorganisms. Vitamin K, cysteine, and hemine in blood support the growth of anaerobic organisms too. So blood agar act as both enriched and differential media. As I already mentioned, a single media may fulfill the purpose of more than one type coming under special media. So here the blood agar can act both as the enriched and the differential media. Blood agar is considered as an enriched media because it is having many nutrients that will support the growth of fastidious organisms. Blood agar is also considered as a differential media because it helps to distinguish between the organisms that are hemolytic and non-hemolytic. Hemolytic microorganisms can produce a protein, hemolysin, which can cause hemolysis or breakdown of red blood cells. Usually, to prepare the blood agar, the sheep blood is preferred because hemolysis is more clearly visible on sheep blood agar. Hemolysis can be of two types, beta hemolysis and alpha hemolysis. In the case of beta hemolysis, complete lysis of RBC will be taking place. So, on the blood agar where the organism is multiplying, we can see clear zones around the colony. If the lysis of RBC is partial, this zone will not be clear. Instead of that, a green halo region is seen around the bacterial colony. So that partial lysis of RBC is called alpha hemolysis. This property also helps in the identification of microorganisms. Streptococcus pyogenes, Staphylococcus aureus are examples of gram-positive organisms which cause beta hemolysis on blood agar. Streptococcus viridans usually cause alpha hemolysis. Second example for enriched media is chocolate agar. Chocolate agar is used to grow fastidious organisms like Neisseria gonorrhea, Neisseria meningitidis, Haemophilus influenzae, and pneumococci. It is called chocolate agar due to its chocolate brown appearance. The brown color is the result of heating red blood cells and lysing them before adding it to the media. In the case of blood agar, blood was added only after autoclaving the media. So the lysis of RBC is not taking place in that case. But in the case of chocolate media, sheep blood is heated along with the nutrient agar, which will release hemoglobin, hemine or X factor, and nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide NAD or V factor, which gives the brown color. Coming to the second type of special media, that is enrichment media. In samples containing mixed population of microorganisms, the bacteria to be isolated is often overgrown by the unwanted microorganisms. Usually, non-pathogenic or commensal organisms tend to overgrow the pathogenic ones. So, the enrichment media can be used to cultivate the wanted organisms over the unwanted one. Enrichment media are liquid media containing special nutrients that will stimulate the growth of particular organisms that might not be otherwise present in sufficient amount for isolation and identification. For example, in fecal samples, Salmonella typhi may not be sufficiently numerous for identification, and usually it is overgrown by the commensal of our colon, E. coli. If cultivated on the medium selenite cysteine broth with a trace element selenium, greater number of Salmonella typhi could be obtained on incubation, and it is found that the selenium is inhibitory to coliforms. Such media, which contain substances that have a stimulatory effect on wanted organisms, are called enrichment media. Other examples include tetrathionate broth to promote the growth of typhoid and paratyphoid bacilli in samples containing the commensal coliforms, and also the selenite F broth for dysentery bacilli. The third type of special media is selective media. Selective media are solid media. In the case of enrichment media, we said it is liquid media which is supporting the growth of wanted organism and suppressing the growth of unwanted organism. The difference of selective media from enrichment media is that it is having a solid consistency, but the function is the same. So selective media are solid media that contain nutrients to promote the growth of wanted organisms, and they also contain substances that inhibit or suppress the growth of unwanted organisms. Incorporation of substances like bile salt or some dyes such as basic fusion or crystal violet will allow the growth of gram-negative organisms while they inhibit the growth of gram-positive ones. McConkey agar, eosin methylene blue agar are examples of selective media which are widely used for detection of E. coli in water supplies. These media will support the growth of gram-negative organisms and they will not allow the growth of gram-positive organisms. Other examples of selective media include mannitol salt agar, desoxycholate citrate agar, Thayer-Martin media, and Lowenstein-Jensen media. McConkey agar is made up of peptone, lactose, agar, neutral dread, taurocolate, crystal violet, and bile salts. Crystal violet and bile salts act as the selective agent and inhibit the growth of gram-positive bacteria while it allow the growth of gram-negative ones. Eosin methylene blue agar also contains two dyes, that is eosin Y and methylene blue. Both are inhibitory to gram-positive bacteria. So they are selectively promoting the growth of one group of organism and inhibiting the growth of other, hence they are called the selective media. The third example, that is mannitol salt agar, it allows the selective growth of halophilic organisms. Halophiles means the salt-loving organisms. So 7.5% sodium chloride will act as the selective agent in this media, promoting the growth of halophiles and inhibiting the non-halophiles. Desoxycholate citrate agar is the selective media used for isolating the dysentery bacilli. The other example we mentioned, that is Thayer-Martin media. Thayer-Martin media is used to isolate Neisseria gonorrhea from clinical specimens. This media contains the antimicrobials like vancomycin, colistin, nystatin in chocolate agar. On incubation in the presence of 3 to 10% carbon dioxide, this media will give colonies of Neisseria gonorrhea and inhibit other commensals. The other example we mentioned under selective media is Lowenstein-Jensen media. It is used for the isolation of Mycobacterium species. This media contains mineral salts, asparagine, glycerol, malachite green, and hence egg. Malachite green in the medium act as the inhibitor for unwanted organisms and promote the growth of Mycobacterium species. Fourth type of special media is indicator media. Indicator media contains an indicator that changes its color when the bacterium grows on them. Blood agar can be considered as an indicator media. In the case of blood agar, the RBC is acting as the indicator. In some other indicator media, a pH indicator will be incorporated. As the organisms grow, the pH of the medium will be changing due to the acid production and it causes the indicator to change its color. Example for such a media in which a pH indicator is incorporated is McConkey agar. McConkey agar contains neutral dread as the pH indicator, means the neutral dread is incorporated in this media. This neutral dread indicator is red or orange in acidic pH, that is below 6.8, and it becomes colorless when the pH is over 6.8 or in the alkaline pH. McConkey agar contains lactose as the source of carbon. So when lactose fermenting bacteria are growing on this McConkey agar, they will ferment the lactose and as a result of that, huge amount of acid will be produced. and this acid waste will diffuse into the media, changing the color of the indicator. So the lactose fermenting organisms on the Mekong agar will be having a red or deep pink color, whereas the non-lactose fermenters will be having colorless or translucent colonies. Remember, Mekongke agar support only the growth of gram-negative organisms and it will not allow the growth of gram-positive organisms. And we had mentioned it as a selective media. So the Mekongke agar is acting both as the selective and indicator media. Other examples of indicator media include Wilson and Blair media, MacLeod medium or potassium tellurite agar. Wilson and Blair media is used for the isolation of Salmonella typhi. This media contains the indicator sulfite. Salmonella typhi reduces sulfite to sulfide in the presence of glucose and produce colonies with black metallic sheen. In the image, you can see the Salmonella typhi colonies which are black in its color. Another example is MacLeod's medium or potassium tellurite agar. This media is used to isolate Corynebacterium diphtheriae. Potassium tellurite in the medium is reduced to metallic tellurium by Corynebacterium diphtheriae to produce black colonies. Thus, here the indicator is potassium tellurite. The fifth type under the special media, that is differential media. Differential media helps to distinguish among different groups of microorganisms and even it permits the identification of organisms based on their biological characteristics. Usually, this media help to differentiate the organisms into different groups like hemolytic and non-hemolytic bacteria, lactose fermenters and non-lactose fermenters, halophilic and non-halophilic bacteria like that. And sometimes this differentiation is due to the presence of an indicator in the media which changes its color when a particular biochemical reaction is taking place. Many media we mentioned yet are also coming under the differential media. Let's see the first example, blood agar. We mentioned blood agar under the enriched media as well as under the indicator media. Blood agar can be also considered as a differential media because it helps to differentiate the organisms into two different groups like hemolytic and non-hemolytic organisms. Means they differentiate the organisms based on their ability to produce hemolysin. Another example is Mekong agar, which we discussed under both selective and indicator media. So Mekong agar can act as the selective media, indicator media as well as the differential media. Mekong agar is considered as a differential media because it helps to differentiate between lactose fermenters and non-lactose fermenters. As we already discussed, neutral red indicator in this media changes its color in the acidic pH and impart red color to the lactose fermenters. Most of the commensals of intestine, including the E. coli, are good lactose fermenters and appear pink to red in color, whereas most of the pathogens like Salmonella and Shigella are non-lactose fermenters and appear colorless. So it is very easy to distinguish between the lactose fermenters and the non-lactose fermenters on the Mekong agar. Next example is mannitol salt agar, which we discussed as a selective media, which selectively promote the growth of halophiles and inhibit the growth of non-halophiles. So the mannitol salt agar can be also considered as a differential media. It helps to differentiate the pathogenic and non-pathogenic staphylococci because the pathogenic ones like Staphylococcus aureus release acidic byproducts as they make use of mannitol as the carbon or energy source. The acidic products cause the phenol red indicator in the medium to change its color into yellow. Thus, this medium is helping to differentiate between the pathogenic and non-pathogenic strains of Staphylococcus. So, the mannitol salt agar can be also considered under differential media. EMB agar or eosin methylene blue agar, which we discussed under selective media, also serve as differential media. Eosin Y and methylene blue dyes in the EMB agar react with the acidic products released by gram-negative bacteria when they use lactose or sucrose in the medium as the carbon or energy source. Fecal bacteria such as E. coli produce large amounts of acidic products and have green metallic sheen on the EMB agar. So this agar is very helpful to differentiate E. coli from other organisms. So the EMB agar is also considered under differential media. Sulfite polymyxin sulfidazine agar or the SPS agar, which is a selective media for Clostridium botulinum, can also serve as the differential media. Clostridium botulinum produce black colonies on SPS agar because of the production of hydrogen sulfide by the organism from the sulfur containing additives. As this media is helping to differentiate the Clostridium botulinum by the production of black colonies, it is also considered under the differential media. Sixth category under the special media is sugar media. Sugar media contains fermentable sugars. It can be monosaccharide like pentoses, example arabinose or xylose, or the hexoses, or disaccharides like saccharose or lactose, trisaccharides like raffinose, or polysaccharides like starch. Sugar media has got two functions. Its primary function is that the media will act as readily available source of energy provided the organisms are able to utilize the sugar present in the media. Second function is that it is helpful in the identification and classification of organisms. Sugar media consists of 1% sugar in peptone water along with an indicator. Durham tube, the miniature of the test tube, is kept inverted in the media to detect the gas production. Indicator changes its color if the inoculated organism ferments the sugar. Fermentation could be with or without the gas production. If it is with gas production, we can see the trapped bubbles within the inverted Durham's tube. If there is no gas production, we cannot find the air bubbles or air within the Durham's tube. Seventh and last category coming under the special media is transport media. Special media that are used to transport the microorganisms are called transport media. Sometimes the collection center of the microorganism will be away from the laboratory where we are going to test these microorganisms. In such conditions, we have to transport this organism from the site of collection to the laboratory. So the organism should withstand this time of transport. So the transport media are usually used to transport either the fastidious organisms or the delicate organisms that cannot withstand the time taken for transport of the specimen from the site of collection to the laboratory. Transport media are essentially buffered solutions containing carbohydrates, peptones, and other nutrients in the minimal amount, excluding the growth factors which would preserve the viability of bacteria during the transport without allowing their multiplication. Examples for transport media include glycerol saline for enteric bacilli, Stewart's medium for gonococcae, Venkatraman Ramakrishnan medium for Vibrio cholerae. Many of the media we discussed so far could be included under different heads of special media. Means they can meet different purposes or they have different functions. Such media which can meet different purposes or which have different functions are called the multipurpose media. I'll just summarize the multipurpose media we discussed till now. One is blood agar. Blood agar can act as enriched, indicator and differential media. Second example is McConkey agar, which can act as selective, indicator and differential media. Eosin methylene blue agar can act as selective as well as differential media. Mannitol salt agar can act as selective and differential media. So that's all about the classification of media based on their function. Thank you.